You are powerful. You are not delusional. You are God in physical form. Create the life you want to, or at least be willing to die trying. I'm going to be real with you, ladies and gentlemen. This process of conscious manifestation is not for the weak. It takes effort. It takes discipline. It takes consistency, and it takes being willing to go against the messages that you've heard your entire life. You probably would have grown up with parents that said things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or if he or she wanted to, they would, and things like that. And therefore, you have been programmed with these stories of what's out there is the truth. And unless you grind and graft and are willing to put yourself in the ground just to get your desires, you ain't gonna get there. Then all of a sudden you come across some devilishly handsome guy like me who tells you that actually it doesn't need to be that hard. You can use your mind. Now, whether it's due to hope, whether it's due to some form of salvation, or whether it's due to something deeper inside of you knowing that it's the truth, you latch onto this idea. You start applying, you get the routines, you get the playlists together, you start doing guided meditations. But that little voice still in the back of your head saying, you're delusional. Everybody around you says you have to work hard. And you're sitting here using your mind. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and of course I want to go into this properly in this video, but you are not delusional. You're becoming free. The people around you that say that you can't manifest, or if you can manifest, it's only silly little things like seeing a rainbow or seeing some yellow cars. The vast majority of them, and I say this with love and kindness, I don't say this with any form of judgment, but they're not living the kind of lives that you would want to listen to their advice on. When I look at all the people that tell me it can't be done, besides one person, I think you're not thriving either. Which means either A, you're not following your own advice and not grafting hard enough, not grinding hard enough, or B, you believe in a metric, i.e. the reality is what creates and internally doesn't really matter besides maybe a bit of a positive attitude. That metric doesn't work. But then we look at the other side. Think of the super successful people. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, many basketballers, footballers, musicians, the top dogs all the way up here, the ones with all the money, the ones with everything that you and I could possibly want, they all say, yes, hard work, but the mind is what matters. The conceptualization of the mind, the approach in which you have in here matters just as much as what you have out there. That's because the mind is what creates. Whether or not you do want to go the physical action perspective, the mind is what makes you take those actions. Or whether you do want to go the full, which I do of course advise, manifestation perspective, the mind is what creates and brings things to you or inspires you to take the right actions to get you there. So when all of these people around you say, no, you can't do this, you can't have what you want, you can't be this, that, and the third, look at the lives they're living and ask yourself, do you really want to either A, listen to their advice, or B, allow their critiques on what you intend to do actually get to you? If I was, let's say I was earning 5 figures every single month, minimum of £10,000 per month, doing, let's just say, I don't know, drop shipping, just as an example. And then I have someone who works part-time, just about earning £900 a month, tell me that what I'm doing is the wrong way to earn money. Would it concern me? Probably not. Let's take it another way. Let's say I had a really healthy marriage, but there was one slight thing that my partner did. Maybe they spoke to me with a little bit of attitude when I really didn't deserve it. They were having a bad day and I felt like they took it out on me. And I go and tell my single friend who hasn't had a long-lasting relationship that's gone more than 3 months. And they say, oh, that's because you've chosen the wrong person. Would I listen? No. If they can't hold a relationship for more than a couple of months, why would that affect me when I tell them a slight hiccup between me and my partner with our successful marriage? I could give you so many different examples of this, but you see what I mean? You're not delusional. And the people that tell you that you're delusional, the vast majority of them, are delusional to think that their metric works, or are delusional for believing in that metric and not fully committing to it. I'd hold my hands up with respect if someone said, no, you have to grind and grind and grind to succeed, and they were grinding. But the vast majority of people that say, no, you can't manifest a person with your mind, don't have successful relationships doing what they're doing anyway. The vast majority of people who say you can't just sit there and affirm and get a job aren't happy in their jobs anyway. So this isn't an attack on people that don't believe in manifestation. What this is it's a reminder of your power and to not let their attacks on what you're doing get to you. I've had people tell me that I'm stupid. My own mum laughed at me when I started doing manifestation stuff, as I'm sure many of you had the same experience of. She thought it was ridiculous. The majority of my friends have listened to me when I talk about it, but they think it's ridiculous. And like I said, besides one person in my life who doesn't believe in manifestation, but is extremely successful, nobody else that I know that has critiqued me, I would want to swap positions with. So why would I let their critique concern me? When I look at all the top people, the people with successful businesses and amazing relationships and all this kind of stuff, who say it's down to perception, awareness, and consciousness, I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to listen to Jeff Bezos, who says, yeah, you need to ensure that up here is clean and that you're using it correctly. I'm going to listen to who was it? There was someone, I've forgotten their name. It was someone who's like got a really, really long lasting, healthy marriage. And they said it's all down to how you perceive situations. Again, the mind. I'm going to listen to these people. And each and every one of them say it's down to the mind and the hard work follows. Not hard work without consciousness. So next time you feel delusional, next time you feel like your friends are laughing at you, next time you feel like someone in some comment section said this shit doesn't work, therefore you want to give up, remember that their metric hasn't worked for them either. You're not delusional. You found what truly works, and a part of you knows that it works, which is why you have that inclination to try it. If I was to find something that I just genuinely doesn't believe work, I wouldn't give any thought to it. But you're here, you're testing it. And that's because something deep inside of you knows that it's the right thing to do. So you're not delusional for wanting to use your mind to create. You're powerful because you finally found the missing key to what makes some people live amazing lives and stops other people from living amazing lives, i.e. their lack of willingness to try it. So I really hope this video has helped. I understand the middle of it kind of sounded like it was an us against them kind of thing, which wasn't my intention. I just wanted to show you that you need to stop worrying about it, because so many people email me on a regular basis. My mum doesn't support this. My friend says I'm stupid. My other friend says I should just move on because if he wanted to, he would. Look at them. Would you want to swap places with them? If the answer is yes, then maybe take some of their advice on board and see if you can amalgamate it into what you're trying to do with this process. But for most of us, we wouldn't want to swap places with the people that are critiquing us. So if we wouldn't want to swap places with them, that implies they're not living the lives that we would want to live. So why would we let their concern us? I wouldn't go to a homeless person for real estate advice. I wouldn't go to the 4 times divorced, 7 children, single father for relationship advice. So why go, or why allow the people around you who aren't living lives that you would swap with, let their words get to you. I can understand it's hard in the moment. I'm definitely not saying this from a high horse. There's been times when I've thought, my friend's giving me a little bit of judgment. Should I curb my views? But you need to remember that part of having high self-esteem is being willing to trust in yourself and do your own things. So I really hope this video has helped. It's mostly just for a pick-me-up and inspiration. You are powerful. You are not delusional. You are God in physical form. Create the life you want to, or at least be willing to die trying. If you like elements of the grind it culture, grind it. Fuck it. This is your life. Do it. If you like elements of the manifestation culture, do it. But what I do urge you to do is ensure that regardless of which one you try to do, you align thought and action in abundant cohesion, not fear-based cohesion. There's things I do now where I do approach it in a grind it method, because I enjoy it. And I think that grinding it can be a really good way to keep you grounded and to keep you practicing discipline, practicing persistence and consistency. But of course, I will never grind anything without getting my consciousness in the right place first. So I really hope this video has helped. If it has, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And if you need any one-to-one help, if you need any self-study worksheets, if you need a membership that offers exclusive content, free products, discounts on every product, and me manifesting for you, or if you need the full specific person back course, down below in the comment section and the description are the links to all of those. Go check them out. But for now, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.